Quick question. Are you sabotaging your job application without even realizing it? If you've been combining your CV, your references, your transcripts into one giant PDF document, please stop doing that. And here are some of the common mistakes that could be costing you different opportunities that you might be looking for. Top of the morning, everyone. My name is Tshidi and I'm back with a brand new video. Today, I'm diving into a mistake that I see many job seekers actually make, combining their CVs, their references, and their academic transcripts into one document. And if you've done this, don't worry, you're not alone. By the end of this video, I'm hoping that you'll understand why it's very crucial to keep these separate and how it can give your job application a much needed boost that you've always been looking for. The first thing we need to consider when we're talking about why you shouldn't combine everything is because number one, customization is key. When applying for jobs, you need to actually try and tailor applications for each one of the roles. Your CV should emphasize your skills, your experiences, and the relevancy of that particular job that you're applying to. Your references may be depending on the industry or the position. For example, if you have references in banking or any other area and you're applying for a banking role, you might want to share some of those references specifically for the banking industry. And your academic transcripts are typically only required in specific situations, like in internships or graduate programs, and some companies don't even require these anymore. By keeping them separate, you can easily adjust each document without actually having to redo this whole massive file that you've actually been doing every time. Now that we have established the importance of flexibility, let's talk about another major issue. Imagine you're a recruiter opening a document labeled CV, only to find that the CV itself that you're looking for is in page 15 or page 20. Now, most of the time, a lot of recruiters will go through all those things. But what you need to sometimes understand is that in some mistakes or in some instances, you might have to get rid of a few pages when you're actually uploading some of these. And that can actually cause a few problems where you then lose out on the specific document that you're actually looking for. Now, here's the very important rule when it comes to this. Keep it clean and keep it organized. A CV should be easy to actually scan for a recruiter to just go through, while your references and transcripts should only be shared if specifically requested. So if nobody's actually requested those, please do not share them. And think of your application like a meal. Your CV is the main course, the references are the side dish, and the transcripts are technically your dessert. They're only served if the recruiter asks for them. Now, in most cases, you go to a restaurant, you don't even ask for the dessert. Now, let's look at the practical side, file size and compatibility. Large PDFs can actually be a nightmare when it comes to loading them onto different ATSs. When you combine everything into one file, the document often becomes a huge document. Some applicant tracking systems or ATSs might also struggle to process the large files. Recruiters also might face delays or errors when they're trying to actually open this document, depending on whatever internet they might be using at that particular time. Now, a bloated file could also be the reason your application never makes it past the system. Keeping files separate ensures that they're actually easy to upload, easy to email, and very easy to process. Think about a company that says the biggest file size that they actually accept is 2 megabytes. And your resume in this instance has got all these scanned documents and it takes it up to maybe 9 or 8 megabytes. The issue with that is that you need to try and find a way of actually trying to separate everything to ensure that they're easy to upload and they're very easy to email if you have to email them. So we've covered customization. We've covered the need for actually to make sure that it's actually professional and it looks the right thing and it's easy. And we've covered the tech. But one of the more reasons that you actually keep documents separate is actually all about security. Protect your personal information. Your academic transcripts and references often include very sensitive details like ID numbers, addresses, and contact information. Now, if you're submitting everything in one document, you are unnecessarily exposing some of that information to people that might want to use it for the wrong reasons. By separating the documents, you can only share what's actually needed for the initial application, protecting your privacy while also still showcasing your qualifications. Now remember, some company will still ask for these different documents separately. So what you then do is you actually upload them separately. And what's very nice is at the time when they actually need to share the CV, they will share the CV with the manager. If they need to share the transcripts, they'll share the transcripts with the manager. But all these documents are in their separate holding spaces where they can be accessed by the recruiter at any given time. Now let's try and wrap this up and do a little recap of some of the actionable tips that you can actually at least start using today. What is very important is number one, keep your CV separate for easy customization. I've had a few videos that I spoke about where I said every time you apply for a job, try and customize that CV for that particular job. So keeping it separate allows you to be able to just quickly go into the computer, make the edits that you need to make, and then export it and then send it to wherever you want to send it. Number two, don't overwhelm recruiters. Share only what they actually need when they need it. 3, avoid technical issues caused by large or incompatible files. because sometimes you have to scan some of these documents and they refuse to actually play along the lines. And then number 4, which is very important for everybody, is protect your personal information from unnecessary exposure. Sometimes it's unnecessary to share all this information unless somebody actually asks you to share. So now I challenge you today, if you've been combining these documents, please take a moment to separate them. Organize your files into neat individual PDFs. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of stress, and make great impressions on recruiters. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, subscribe for more content to actually help you navigate your career path with a lot of confidence. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's the most frustrating thing about submitting your job applications? Let's talk about it. Until next time, peace.